Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you guys an update to my Kuriboh deck profile for November 2017. Been actually around a good year since I last updated this deck. It is one of my favorite fun decks to build for you guys. It's really fun in total, just being able to get off a bunch of cool Kuriboh plays, and the main focus of the deck is obviously Kuriboh in his many different forms himself. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. To start off, run 3 Kuriboh. This is your main card of the deck, obviously. He goes around your multiply plays, which are actually very consistent with Link Summon now, since you get 5 Kuriboh tokens, which you can make full use of, since they cannot be tributed for a tribute summon, but anything else is basically fair game. Also, trying to max rarity the deck as best as I can. Just need the one more secret rare Kuriboh, and I'll be ready to go there. But pretty standard. He also has the hand effect where you can prevent battle damage from one attack each turn. Get him into the graveyard is pretty good too, because then you can special summon him back with cards like Curryborn or Soul Charge later game as well, to reuse and use obviously for the multiply effects. But having that hand trap option makes him pretty key for a lot of heavy attacks you'll take. Also, 3-wing Kuriboh. This is your go-to card on the field for your Transcendent Wing plays, and he's also a target with Flute of Summoning Kuriboh as well. Same with original Kuriboh. So they're your 2 go-to original Kuriboh cards that go off of a lot of plays. The Transcendent Wings play is pretty powerful if you get it off. It's not one of those consistent plays, since you know your opponent has to be attacking, which it is a quick play like most of the Kuriboh cards. So you can, abuse it in that sense, bait them into the attack. But a lot of times, if people know the Kuriboh deck, they do see that play coming. And also 3 Curryborn. This card is the one that helps with a lot of your special plays. At the end of the battle phase, you can discard this card, then target one monster in your graveyard that was destroyed by battle and sent there this turn, special summon it. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target any number of Kuriboh monsters from your graveyard, special summon it. So get plenty of Kuribohs in your graveyard, and you'll be able to use this card to its fullest to swarm the field with monsters and make full use of them, whether it be for Exceed plays, Link plays, or individual monster characteristic plays, you name it. Way too good, must run at 3. Same with Clear Kuriboh, run 3 of this as well. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect that would inflict damage, you can discard this card and negate the activation. And when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard, draw 1 card. If it is a monster, you can special summon it, then change the attack target to it. You can only use the effect of Clear Kuriboh once per turn. Pretty easy for protection, especially against decks like Trickstar, where their burn damage is pretty powerful. And the special summon from the deck is pretty consistent as well, since you run plenty of monsters to make use of in this deck. Also 3 Rainbow Kuriboh. This is another hand trap one that I prefer for the attack stall, attack prevention play tactic. Also, it's got Kuriboh in its name, so you can special summon it from the graveyard off of Curryborn as well. So too good not to run at 3 for that full usage. And also 2 Curry Bandit. This is for search on your spell cards. Getting Kuribohs into the graveyard isn't too big of a negative either. In fact, it works in your favor, and you can just use your spell card that you add off of this, whether it be Soul Charge or Flute of Summoning Kuriboh. Like I said, getting into the graveyard just to search out for your Curryborn or just for deck milling. Way too good in this deck. And then also, just for staple monsters, lastly, well, let's not forget the big monster, Wing Kuriboh level 10. Only running 1 of this card, since basically with Transcendent Wings, his ability, you special summon 1 Wing Kuriboh level 10 from your hand or deck. So you can draw it or have it in your deck. It doesn't matter where it has to be for the special summon. So having 2, I really doubt you'll get this card effect off twice per game. Or even if you do, you'll have to get it off that much. So keep in mind, the 1 is fine. Other than that, if you draw 2 of this card, you're being a dread draw. 1 of them, it's like, okay, I can wait until the Transcendent Wing play to go off to need it more. But this can be your killer play if your opponent has a heavy board where you destroy all their monsters and inflict damage to them during the battle phase. Transcendent Wings, like I said, is also a quick play card, so make use of it with Flute of Summoning Kuriboh to activate that to special to get Wing Kuriboh, and then use the Transcendent Wings in the same percussion, basically, to get this card out on the field and make use of it. Plus 3 Battle Fader, pretty standard protection here. Can't get your plays off, just rely on this special summon. I like Battle Fader just because you can go for rank 1 plays as well if you end up normal summoning a Kuriboh, sending this card to the graveyard as well off of that detach, which make use for your heavy hitter that I run in the deck now at 2 on the Banlist, Blackluster Soldier, Envoy at the beginning. Plenty of lights and dark variants to go off of, including the Battle Faders if used for an Exceed, put into the grave, Curry Bandit, normal Kuriboh as your basic dark, and then everything else is light. Your heavy hitter, like I said, comes in handy, and the fact that he's at 2 now just makes it all the more better. And that is it for the monsters. We will move on to spells. 3 Flute of Summoning Kuriboh. This is pretty standard. This card is just a free special summon of either Kuriboh that you need or an add to the hand, depending on what you want to do. Like I said, I can't go wrong with 3 in the deck. 2 Multiply. Now, very easy to get Kuriboh out, and I've moved this up to 2 since just basically because of Link format. You can't tribute, obviously, but you're given 5 tokens that can go into Link Spiders, into other plays as well. You name it. That's why I want to probably go for a heavy Link extra deck with some Exceed monsters. If you want to run some tuners like Effect Veiler in the deck, then obviously you can go for the Formula Synchron extra deck type of plays, but definitely Link full with this deck is the best way to go. And also with the 2 Multiply come in 2 Detonates. This is just, pop effects when you destroy your tokens. So a second option to have if you don't want to go for the Link and you need to destroy more. This is your option. Plus all the Kuriboh, most of the Kuriboh spells are quick play, if not all of them, which means, you can do all this during your opponent's turn, including the Multiply and Detonate. So it's cool just to sit on a Kuriboh to be successful with this. I am running 1 Transcendent Wings. Now, if you want to try 2 to bump up that consistency, the situations where you have 2 of these in hand, obviously the 1 Transcendent Wings can be the cost for the other one for the discard. So you have that option there. If that were the case, I would probably recommend taking out 1 of the Pod Dualities that I run, putting 3 of this in the deck just to search and grab out those plays. Helps, just what you need for that certain situation. And like I said, a lot of these cards are quick plays, so you can make use of them during your opponent's turn, not having to worry about special summoning on your turn. The same goes for, obviously, when Kuriboh level 10. You want to get that on your opponent's turn, so this Pod Dualities are mostly for your setup. 1 for 1, just another quick grab card there. Soul Charge, so you can grab back also your resources, like I said, to use. And then for traps, I run 2 Magic Cylinder. Now this card is in the deck because I like it to use with the Wing Kuriboh level 10. If you burn early with this card, then go for 10. That can be your killer play right there that you make use of, or vice versa, depending on the order you choose. Also, 1 Solemn Warning and 1 Bottomless Trap Hole to finish off the main deck. If you want to swap out the Bottomless Trap Hole for a Solemn Strike, you can do that as well. Just handy trap stall to have there if there's a monster that your Kuriboh plays will not be able to take care of. And then for the extra deck, now for the Link monsters, obviously you want to go heavy power, so the 1 Firewall Dragon, you only need 2 or more monsters to make this, so he's a good, strong monster you can get out pretty easily. Also, since they're tokens, the 3 Link Spider, just so you can get your 2 on board, 1 late game as well as if you need be, to make full use of those tokens for more power-based options. Same with the 1 Proxy Dragon, just 2 monsters you can go, with all your tokens, the possibilities can be, your Link Spider and your 2 proxies, another Link Spider, and another Link Spider making use of all 5 of the tokens on the field, giving you a board, a pretty awesome board as well, with your low-level attack Link monsters. If you want to run Decode Talkers, they didn't put them in the extra deck, or Topologic Bomber Dragons. Bomber Dragon with this combo play can be successful, but obviously they're just in other decks by now, but it would fill out the deck to a full 15. I don't have a full extra deck here for you guys to show, but Decode, Topologic, you name it, would fully add to the deck. You can't run Mrs. Radiant, obviously, because the Multiply is a dark attribute monster, but all in all, very good there. Also, 1 Acacia Magician, very easy for the same type, except for tokens. Just remember to use your Kuribohs. You won't be able to use the Multiply tokens with this card. And then for the rank 1 plays, you got Utopia of the Roots, number 54 Lionheart, Sylvan Princess Sprite. You can also run Ghost Trick Dullahan, other option for rank 1 plays as well. Come in handy. You might even want to put a second Sylvan Princess Sprite. So very easy to manipulate and use a full extra deck in this deck. Just real quick, like I said, as a reminder, your best basic options to end up with Basically on the field, if you have these three in hand, you have the basic detonate combo play where you set all three, activate the Flute of Summoning Kuriboh, getting out your normal Kuriboh, obviously. Then you can go for the multiply play, get your 5 tokens out. The pop play if you need to, because remember it destroys all face-up Kuriboh and Kuriboh tokens. So if you don't have the multiply, you have your 1 pop there, what is kind of costly since it's a 2 for 1 pop. But with the multiply, take care of 5 cards on your opponent's side of the field and you're ready to go there. But like I said, what I love about all the Kuriboh cards is that they're all quick play cards. So this and your Transcendent Wings as well make for an easy level 10 play. Grabbing them from the deck and on your opponent's turn. Now, I did contemplate using Left Arm Offering with the deck at one point, and possibly taking out the Curry Bandit since they required that search. But Curry Bandit adds with consistency for BLS, which is why I, in turn, preferred this over the Left Arm Offering. Like I said, I didn't keep too much hand consistency with the deck, so Left Arm Offering was a possibility, but I didn't really like being empty in my hand and then ending up all my resources going away on the field. That's one of the advice I give to the deck for options, what you can do later down the road with it. Stick with that, obviously. Don't run Paw Desires because it could take away from your potential plays. Paw Duality is just fine since it gives you the basic search. And like I said, with the first thing I went over, this card, you can go with all the special summoning on your opponent's turn. So use these to prepare what you want to do next turn. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, Kira Twig out.